This is Be a Beast on Nelson Radio. You chose to be here. This is not by accident that you're here now and in this program. You want to take your performance to the highest level. You want to dominate. You physically work hard. Now that's important. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available to you. Not just for some, but for you to live it fully. You can do it too. Enjoy this journey. This program is your secret weapon. Be a Beast on Nelson Radio.
And this is Be a Beast on Nelson Radio, heard right here on KLAA, AM 830 with myself, Nelson, business leader and professional coach, and more importantly, my co-host Dave Austin, one of the premier mental performance coaches in the U.S., if not the world. Dave, what do you think about that introduction?
I don't know if I can live up to that, but I love it. Thank you.
So we are in our Beast mode. We're talking about our Be a Beast training, and Dave, our coaching about performance, it's critical here because it's really encouraging people to claim their confidence. I wanted to make that statement, claim their confidence and claim their success. It has to be intentional.
Absolutely. You know, in our last show with Michael O'Neill, who's out of the entertainment sector with his solo hour podcast, Resizio, the grizzly bear named after Michael, bringing, the total bookends of resilience and optimism together. We're just constantly moving forward of showing that, everyone has true gifts. It's just allowing them to come out without stopping them because of judgment and all the things that we have that blocks our true identity.
And we're going to talk about how each one of these animals represent a mind trigger, something that snaps us in the moment back into a level of performance. Rizio, the grizzly bear, resilience and optimism is what Rizio stands for. And it's critical because, gosh, do we have resilience as a part of our testimony?
Absolutely.
And I know we got optimism, and I know you do out there as well. We want you engaged in our training. Here's a quick way to reach us. You can contact us direct, 888-888-2136. Let me say that again, 888-888-2136, or easiest of all, simply text the word BEAST to 313131, and we will get you engaged in our training. And I think that, Dave, I wanted to ask you about this because the Be a Beast training, it helps everyone. But this is a kickoff, a 6-week series of shows leading into the California Women's Conference. Our Be a Beast training is clearly for women, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm known more in the athletic field,
right,
doing pro teams. But, when mental performance or performance of any kind crosses the barrier and, the whole kickoff to the California Women's Conference, which is really there to empower women. I'm so excited about it. We went back to the UN with Michelle Patterson, had a chance to speak there, and knowing that this is going global. Together we are better. I love that theme. The fact that the California Conference is coming up, and we're going to have one of the top guest speakers at that. I'm so excited, to have Jack Canfield on. We're going to have to talk about that. But the conference itself, 17,000 people come to Long Beach.
And 17,000 attendees, that's significant. But here's the claim from this California Women's Conference. They're going to be live streaming. And so this is going worldwide. This is a global initiative. And if it reaches maybe the target, 1 billion people, certainly millions around the world will be a part of this conference this May 19th and 20th at the Long Beach Convention Center. Bottom line, it's powerful.
It's very powerful. And one of the keynote speakers, Jack Canfield, is on with us today. And, I know both of us have personal stories that Jack doesn't even know. So many things that he's done, Chicken Soup for the Soul. I mean, Jack has been on Oprah Winfrey, so many shows, so many books that have impacted people's life. But personally for me, I know I was speaking at a conference in Aspen, and Jack also spoke. And my son, Chase, who was 11 years old, heard him speak. There's a lot of great speakers. It's called Seminar of the Century. He was so moved by Jack that he said, "Dad, I now know what I'm meant to do in this life." And he went out, read the Success Principles, did it in junior high school as a book report.
Yeah.
And his life is
And we're
changed.
going to unpack that with Jack Canfield, the co-creator of Chicken Soup for the Soul. This is Be a Beast. Jack Canfield coming up next.
Angels Radio.
AM 830.
Is your body running on empty? Water is the main fuel source for your body, but are you getting enough? Tap water and bottled water are considered dead water by many of today's health experts. That's why you need X2O. X2O solves the problems of acidity, poor hydration, and nutrient deficiencies in the body. Discover the all-natural benefits of X2O and how it can transform your water into a powerful health and performance beverage. Get your risk-free trial of this amazing product today. Visit our website at Zuma.com, spelled XOOMA.com.
Do you ever want a secret weapon? Be a Beast training video is your weapon. From the locker room to the boardroom, success is not by accident. Performance is not by chance. You want to get your mind right? Perform at the highest level? Dominate your marketplace? Be a Beast training video is the answer. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available for you to live it fully. You can do it too. The Be a Beast training video is your secret weapon. 888-888-2136. Let me say that again. 888-888-2136 or text BEAST to 313131. And this is our Be a Beast training on Nelson Radio. Myself, Nelson, and my co-host, Dave Austin, mental performance coach. You need to act. Simply pick up the phone and act now. 888-888-2136 or text the word BEAST to 313131. I'm not going to go through a long introduction here, Dave, but I'm excited. I'm excited when we can spend some time with Jack Canfield, best known as the co-creator of the Chicken Soup for the Soul book series. Get this, 200 titles now, over 500 million copies sold worldwide. I haven't done 500 million anything in my life, and it's just a valuable and an incredible number of reach throughout the world. And so I wanted to welcome Jack. Welcome to our program, Be a Beast.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, Jack, with everything that you've done, not only Chicken Soup for the Soul, but we already mentioned, the success principles and the impact it's had. I know for Nelson, his daughter Haley, you read every book you've ever have come out. My own wife went to your program, in Scottsdale, and it changed her. It's amazing. But so most people probably assume that, you've had nothing but success. You've never met adversity. I think I'm going to quote you here. Looking for the good. I believe the world is plotting to do me good. I can't wait to see what's coming. Claiming it, correct?
No, it's correct. I teach people they should be inverse paranoids. An inverse paranoid is someone who believes the world is plotting to do them good instead of plotting to do them bad. And so, I'm constantly just expecting the best, and I teach people if you expect the best, you usually get the best.
And it's interesting because the series, it has so many different facets. But Dave mentioned my daughter, Haley, and she, I think, has read maybe 25 or 26 of your books as she went through various stages. And, for the teens, for the horse, for the dog, for the cat, on and on we go. But they all had an impact on helping shape and form her character.
Well, I what's really funny for me now is the books have been out 20 years, and I'm now meeting people that were teenagers and 11 years old. Now they're like 31, and they're saying, I read all your books, and your book got me through school, and it got me through when my boyfriend broke up, and it got me through my mother's cancer, and it's astounding. I can't even begin to comprehend what 500 million people means. It's just overwhelming.
And here you have Dave Austin, 31 twice baked, and so he's here with you as well. I wanted to ask you about this in terms of you made this comment about managing thought inventory, and for me, it's I wanted to ask this specific question: how do you let go of the negative?
Well, basically, you have to replace it with the positive, and there's a principle we call the law of replacement, and it says that you can't remove something without replacing it with something else, or you create a vacuum, and the vacuum pulls the old back in. So basically, if you want to get rid of a negative thought, you replace it with a positive thought. So if you're thinking, well, all the good men in town have been taken, you replace that with, hey, there's a great man in town, he's on his way to me now, and so forth. And the other thing is affirmations are really helpful. So if you've been telling yourself, I'm not smart enough for years, you simply repeat at least 10 or 15 times a day, I am smart enough, or I'm brilliant, or I have all the intelligence I need to accomplish everything I want. And over time, that replaces the negative. A very powerful tool is called the mirror exercise, where every night you stand in front of the mirror and you call your name, you say Jack in my case, and you appreciate yourself for everything you accomplished that day, and then you compliment yourself for about 10 or 15 minutes, not minutes, 10 or 15 seconds. And if you do that every day, I've got one student who's been doing that every day for 5 years. She hasn't missed a day. She has tripled her income. She's healthier, happier, thinner, anything you want she's achieved, because all that negative self-talk has been replaced by positive self-talk.
Well, I love that, Jack, because as you know, your subconscious is going to go wherever it's most comfortable. And if it's comfortable in seeing you as a loser, no matter what you think or what you try to do, you're not in harmony with that subconscious mind. So what you just told everyone is speak it every day so your subconscious buys into it, so then all your thoughts are in harmony together. And that's what really creates true greatness.
It does. In fact, one of the exercises I do in my Breakthrough to Success seminar that I do every summer, I get people up and I have half the room close their eyes and imagine a seagull just floating very calmly through space, very, very graceful movements. The other half of the room has to imagine being a jackhammer, the up and down, very staccato movements of a jackhammer breaking up the asphalt on the road. And then I have the seagull people try to move like a jackhammer, and they can't do it. And I have the jackhammer people try to move like a seagull. They all look like seagulls on coffee. So basically, the images and the thoughts you hold in your head, you cannot operate or act in opposition to those. So you have to change the thought first, and the pictures that you hold in your mind first. Then the behavior flows easily after that.
You're listening to Jack Canfield, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, right here on Be a Beast on Nelson Radio with Dave Austin. Jack, with setting these affirmations, I want to go back there because it's such an important step. And I know self-deprecating humor, or as Yogi would say, self-defecating humor, is something that can be destructive and not constructive. And how to change that paradigm, the mirror exercise is clearly a step. Give us another step on how to mix that up, how to change that negative talk.
Well, there's a way. One of the big things we have is we have an internal critic. You do something, and then some party says that wasn't good enough, and so forth. So we have a whole technology called how to replace your inner critic with an inner coach. Your inner critic is basically a voice that you pulled in from your parents or your grandparents or whoever raised you as a kid, and it's trying to help you. It basically, it was the one that says you didn't study enough, you need to dress better, and so forth. That was your parents talking to you, so their intention was good. But now this voice that was protecting you in the past is actually getting in your way in the present. And so we can literally, using a technique called tapping, EFT tapping, where there's 7 points on your body you learn to tap. I have a book out called Tapping into Ultimate Success, which is taking this technology developed by Gary Craig and applied it to the success principles that I talk about in my book, The Success Principles. And what happens is, in literally 5 to 10 minutes, you can disappear any fear. It was originally called the 5-minute phobia cure. You can get rid of any negative belief. You can train your internal critic to be an internal coach. You just have to retrain it with this tapping technique. And it's very, very powerful. But even if your inner critic comes on, you can simply say, that's not helping me. I want you to tell me something I can do that's positive and improve in the future. For example, let's say I get off this show and I go, oh, I blew it. Well, I say, hey, that doesn't help. Tell me what you want me to do next time different. That's the only thing I can do. I can't change the past. So it says next time, slow down, don't talk too fast, give fewer examples, whatever. Good. Thank you very much for the feedback. I'll do that next time. We're done talking now. And literally, it changes your internal dialogue.
I love that, Jack. Hey, tell me real quick, why your personal interest in the California Women's Conference? What gets you excited about coming here in front of 18,000 women?
You answered your question with your laugh. Anytime you can stand up in front of empower women, I love to do it. I mean, I have a stepdaughter, I have a wife, I have a mother. So I am surrounded by women. I have 12 staff people. They're all women. And I've watched women over the years look at the conditioning that they've had to be, don't talk, don't be seen, all this kind of conditioning that women got, be subservient, don't beat men in tennis, all that stuff. And so and here's another fact that most people know, 2 out of 3 women in California have been sexually abused by the time they're 18. That's 2 out of 3. That's insane. So basically, I have been doing self-esteem workshops for years, as well as my empowerment workshops and my success principles workshops. And I find that about 70% of the people that come to my trainings are women. So I love women. Women need to be empowered. Women are the future. They hold the empathy, the compassion, the love that's required at this stage in the evolution of humanity. And I love anytime I can speak to 17,000 people and help them fulfill their purpose. My life purpose is to inspire and empower people to live their highest vision in a context of love and joy. So we'll be doing that with 17,000 people in Long Beach in May.
Awesome. Jack Canfield, thanks for being with us. This is Be a Beast on Nelson Radio with Dave Austin, performance coach, and myself, business leader and professional coach. Jack, we need to get affirmations out there for ourselves and for others. We're going to be doing that throughout our program. We've got Roger Anthony coming up next, Out of the Bush.
Angels Radio, AM 830.
Calling all women, are you looking for the secrets to life balance, vibrant health, and ultimate wealth? Are you ready to be empowered and inspired? Find your answers at the California Women's Conference May 19th and 20th at the Long Beach Convention Center. It's the longest-running women's conference in the nation. This year, learn from Jack Canfield, Jane Pauley, Gina Davis, and so many more. Purchase a ticket or a table and bring your friends by visiting CaliforniaWomen'sConference.com.
Do you ever want a secret weapon? Be a Beast training video is your weapon. From the locker room to the boardroom, success is not by accident. Performance is not by chance. You want to get your mind right? Perform at the highest level? Dominate your marketplace? Be a Beast training video is the answer. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available for you to live it fully. You can do it too. The Be a Beast training video is your secret weapon. 888-888-2136. Let me say that again. 888-888-2136 or text BEAST to 313131.
Friends with the monster, the son of my bed. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy. Well,
And you're back with Be a Beast on Nelson Radio, heard right here on KLAA AM 830 with Dave Austin, mental performance coach, and myself, Nelson. Reach out to us direct, 888-888-2136, or text the word BEAST to 313131. And Dave, I got to share off air as we were saying goodbye to Jack with being in our studio. We have in studio this football that was signed by Coach Lou Holtz, famed football coach, and Jack references him as a difference maker. He, at age 29, Lou did, Coach Lou, at age 29, 107 goals that he wanted to accomplish during his lifetime. And here's the power of writing those goals down and backing them up with the affirmations. He's now accomplished 102 of the 107 goals. And so we're going to have this football signed by Lou Holtz, also signed by Jack Canfield, and have available at the California Women's Conference in our silent auction. It'll be powerful, huh?
I love it. We got to get Roger Anthony to sign it too, because our Be a Beast training, the 12 steps process, wouldn't be as effective as it is. I mean, the response that we're getting to this program is so amazing.
Right.
But the reason it's amazing, yes, we got a lot of good information for people to take action and learn how to just become their true genius.
Right.
But without the anchor system of Roger, it wouldn't have. I mean, that's what separates this program from the rest. I mean, there's a lot of good programs out there, but when you combine it to his retention program, the 92% retaining information, not even close to anyone's on the planet. So I got to give kudos to Roger. You think it's time for us to bring him out of the bush
Bring
again?
him out of the bush. Let's get in beast mode.
Let's get in beast mode. Roger, do we got you out of the bush?
Out of the bush and raring to go.
Well, you heard Jack Canfield. Was that amazing? I mean, just who he is and the information he gave in such a short amount of time.
Oh, incredible. And the amount of good he's doing around the world. There's no two ways about it. He is a change maker.
So what animal can you anchor us with Jack today?
Well, really two come to mind, but I'm only going to give one in detail. But I would have to say that Mima and Lima, mind mastery equals life mastery. He's so big on that. He teaches seminars and workshops on it. But somebody like Jack that's been doing this for many, many years and is so successful and has got the series of books out there helping change the world for the better, he would have to be a rhino. He'd have to be somebody that you wouldn't pull down easily once he committed to do something. And so our rhino would be my choice because CO, the rhino, stands for commitment. And the reason we chose a rhino, they take a little time looking at things, sizing it up, writing it down. Not that the rhino writes it down, but he etches it in his heart through his eyes and what he sees around him visually and what he senses. And once he charges, well, it's all over bar the shouting after that. I mean, I'm telling you, it's all over bar the freaking shouting. All you can do is get out of his way because he's coming through regardless, and he's going to achieve his goal, or she's going to achieve her goal. So I would say Co the Rhino is a big one.
And I think that's so appropriate. And I'm so glad, Roger, that you didn't assign Co the Rhino to one of our female guests. I don't know what I would do in studio if I'm calling somebody Co the Rhino, but I think Jack would embrace that. And it's exactly that. When that rhino charges, there's courage in that. There's commitment in that. You don't see any, at least I haven't, any National Geographic videos of the rhino charging and then going, hold on, no, never mind.
Well, it's the commitment, and you talked to Jack Canfield, as we just did. He plans. His commitment is well planned. He set, how many hundreds of goals he has set on his bucket list and visualizes daily. How about that thing where he's speaking into the mirror? I mean, that is living Co completely. Wouldn't you say, Roger?
Oh, no two ways about it. And the key is we need to be persistent. To me, the key to being successful in any area of life is consistency. It's one thing to say I'm going to do something. It's another thing that when you're confronted with any form of challenge or barricade of any sort, you still keep going and you never give up. So a rhino, Co the Rhino, stands for commitment and absolutely, tremendously persistent. Never give up.
Let me ask you, in the context of Co the Rhino and how that describes Jack Canfield so well, with the goal setting, is there a point where you can have too many goals? Or one step further, Roger, can you have goals that are set too high?
One of the things that I like to share with people is that find the outer limits of your comfort zones, not zone, but zones, more than one, we've all got it, and then stretch a little. We as human beings were not created or designed to go from point A to point B in one leap or in one go. And so I believe that you go from one little stretch to the next little stretch, and pretty soon you find you get there fast by going slow. I believe you can set too many goals at such a high level that if you don't reach those first few goals, you can become discouraged very quickly. The key is to find the outer limits of your comfort zones and then stretch a little. One comfort zone after the next, after the next. And here's the key. We must be persistent, never give up, and never stop stretching.
Roger Anthony, out of the bush, thanks for introducing Co the Rhino. And just with that kind of persistence, I want to segue to our sponsor orphanage down in Moshi, Tanzania, Treasures of Africa. And as we do, we end the show each week showcasing a child that's now come into the orphanage. Treasures of Africa started right here in Orange County by Rita Langland and had a heart for the epicenter of the AIDS pandemic, did something about it with that persistence and commitment, now houses 50 kids. And different than a lot of relief organizations, she's bringing these kids up to be difference makers back in their own community so they can be off the recipients of relief. And I want to showcase little Benny. In fact, the day after the show, tomorrow, is going to be Benny's birthday. And Benny is a tragic start, like so many stories. His father died when he was 10. He was the oldest of 4 children. He came to secondary school. There was no place for him to attend. He was living with his mother, who later passed away from AIDS. And now he's coming up as a vibrant young man. He's 14 years old, wants to become a physician and become a caregiver for his community in Moshi, Tanzania. I want to ask you to step up with Treasures of Africa and sponsor little Benny. You're listening to Be a Beast on Nelson Radio with Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul. This is Be a Beast on Angels Radio, AM 830 with Dave Austin and myself, Nelson. You need to take advantage of getting into beast mode now. Get started. 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136, or simply text the word BEAST 313131. From the locker room to the boardroom, we'll train you to perform like a beast. Next week, Marianne Williamson in our Super Series leading up to the California Women's Conference this May in Long Beach. You can be a beast as well. It's been a great show. Have a great week.
Are you experiencing an energy crisis, stress, low energy, anxiety, lack of focus, or lack of sleep? If so, you need Focus Up. The great tasting powder mix transforms your water into a healthy energy drink. The ingredients in Focus Up help you feel energized for hours while improving focus, alertness, memory, and mood. No artificial sweeteners, flavors, colors, or preservatives. Get your risk-free trial of this amazing product today. Visit our website at Zuma.com, spelled XOOMA.com.